Bold and the Beautiful Spoilers reveals that Eric is in an extremely awkward situation. Perhaps he has to make a quick decision or there will be very severe consequences. As fans know, Eric is still married to Quinn, but he sneaks around with Donna. Once Quinn found out, it would be impossible for Eric to forgive him. Can Eric confess before Quinn knows? Does he want to continue his relationship with Donna or go back to Quinn? Those who have watched the show for a long time know that it was Quinn who betrayed Eric first. He, after learning that Quinn was having an affair with Carter, also decides to continue their marriage and give Quinn another chance. Perhaps Eric did not want the marriage to end, so he would soon end his relationship with Donna, then confess to Quinn. Anyway, Quinn will forgive easily when she has made mistakes too. Quinn had an affair with Carter after she, after ending with Carter, also tries to mend their marriage. Perhaps Quinn will also feel that her betrayal of Eric has hurt him, so he finds another woman. Now that both of them had made mistakes, it was easier to decide to give each other another chance. Meanwhile, Carter feels Paris will be a big trouble for Quinn's marriage. He'll agree to go back to Paris so she won't mess around. Of course, the most unhappy person in this love is Grace. To Grace, Carter was a very bad man. Grace does not allow Carter to continue to hurt another of Grace's daughters. So he was heartbroken after Carter betrayed her to the point of choosing to leave Los Angeles. Grace assumed that Carter would still treat Paris badly, so she asked him to stay away from Paris. Zende is also a stalker of Paris, and Grace is particularly pleased with Zende's personality. Grace is not a simple person, but Paris is very stubborn. She's an adult, and it is not necessary for Grace to interfere in her love affairs. Despite Grace repeatedly telling Paris to break up with Carter and accept Zende, Paris will insist on holding on to Carter. She succeeded in getting him back to her side. Grace can't let the two of them get together. She runs to Ridge and tells him that Carter is sexually harassing Paris. Of course, Ridge did not easily believe Grace's words. Sheila is the culprit who swapped Brooke's wine bottles and made her unable to control her behavior. So Brooke kissed Deacon on New Year's Eve, making Ridge very angry. He still doesn't want to go back to the house with Brooke right now. Brooke thought that after the matter was cleared up, Ridge would soon make up with her. After all, if Sheila hadn't touched Brooke's booze, she wouldn't have kissed Deacon either. During the time that Ridge and Brooke were at odds, he grew closer to Taylor. First, the two of them worked together to support Steffi through the incident of losing her husband. Ridge then perceives Taylor as a rather understanding woman for him, unlike Brooke. Taylor's always looking for an opportunity to mend with Ridge, but it doesn't look like it's going to work out. Even if Ridge were to decide between Brooke and Taylor, Brooke would have the upper hand. Ridge is still very much in love with Brooke, but he has been hurt too many times when Brooke constantly develops shady relationships with other men. Ridge couldn't guarantee himself that he would accept Brooke's continued meeting with Deacon if the two of them got back together. So Ridge set a condition for Brooke, and as long as she agreed, he would return home. Surely Ridge would want Brooke to ban Deacon from Brooke's neighborhood. Even Hope won't be able to see her father in her own home. Will Brooke accept Ridge's request despite Deacon and Hope's objections?